just got an email from someone. Said they work in Capitol Hill and his office is right next door to Louis Gohmert's.
Oh, yeah. And we're live, by the way. That's live.
Yeah, that's okay. So
Louis Gohmer just flashback.
We got a little inside.
They call this callback. That's the rib guy.
Yep.
Let's make sure people know that's the rib guy from yesterday. We just got that's live. This shit happens live.
Just got the email.
They are talking for like a half an hour about this guy's ribs and whether he can share the ribs. He literally is like, the only time I'm ever happy walking out of Congress is when I'm sharing my ribs.
We have to try his ribs.
We haven't even started. We got an email next to the rib guy who we're trying to hunt down to go eat his ribs from yesterday.
Also live, Pat Hill didn't get the job.
I knew that. Pat Hill, T's and P's is
Maybe
what they
we
say
can
in
hire
business.
him.
I'd love to hire Pat Hill. Yeah. Stick him just at the same desk with Ebony. Just like, we should have just a desk of people
just
we
confessions.
hire.
Don't really have a job.
Right? It's like, we're like, oh,
we don't know what they're going to do.
Right. Until we figure it out.
So when
and then you get out of the pig pen.
Yeah, when Pirate Simon comes back and dresses as a pirate, he'll be at that desk too.
Right.
I'm shocked he's not there yet.
Right. Just like throw everybody there and then we just figure it out. And eventually it's almost like I'm a Survivor guy and you get sent to like Redemption Island. It's like a different place. Anyways, today is the rundown. It is December 6th. It is brought to you.
7th.
7th.
Pearl Harbor Day. Never forget.
Bro, I knew
you're an Army guy too.
No.
You're a military guy.
I am a military guy, but I know December 7th is Pearl Harbor Day. I just didn't know it was December 7th. Semantics. I believe it's also Larry Bird's.
I woke up.
I also think it's Larry Bird's birthday.
But so that means this whole day you haven't been like paying any respects to Pearl Harbor.
No, it's not. If I don't know what day it is, then you can't say it. I sometimes don't even know it's my birthday on my birthday, so it's like it's March 22nd.
Oh, so his birthday is just like
oh,
Pearl
that's
Harbor
my
Day.
birthday.
Oh wait, March 22nd
birthday's on the
is your
same level,
birthday?
Why?
Like three months away from the big 4-0, buddy.
Yikes.
It is brought to you by Mont and Beau.
Perfect timing.
Second day of Mont and Beau. 20% off, very comfortable jeans. You get that, they're redefining it, comfortable denim. So buy your Mont and Beau jeans, Christmas present, do it. And if you don't know the size for the person you're buying, you can buy 2 sizes, send back the ones that don't fit. It's just comfortable denim at comfortable prices.
They have the stretchy, so
the
the
comfortable
sizes.
brand, right. 20% off, use the code RUNDOWN. Again, the code rundown, montandbeau.com. Also, the big news, which we did today. So we are launching Barstool Radio on Sirius XM. Shout out to me, by the way, because right off the bat, I spelled Sirius incorrectly.
Yep.
On not the best look. And I knew how to spell it. I was there all day, published the blog. I fixed it within a minute.
With a Y.
S-Y.
Oh, that's not even close.
I'll tell you, at one point,
I actually retweeted
Jesus
someone's because you know how we
Christ.
have the new app and it gets download the new app. It
Yeah,
sends you
it out.
alerts.
I know, I saw it.
So I retweeted that.
That's I mean, I
I
thought
would
you
rather
screwed
you
up.
didn't do that because we're trying.
But it's content.
I'm hoping Sirius didn't see it, but
I
they
thought you might have
probably
They
screwed
did.
up
bought
the
us
I
all
or the U.
or
The fact
they
that you
not bought us,
Y
but they
is-
brought us on.
S-I is
Yeah.
how you spell
You
it.
got it.
Anyways, so it's gonna be Rush 93.
Swirius.
We're not changing. We're spelling words wrong.
Sirius XM.
Yeah, not changing. It's going to be 12 to 2 starting January 3rd every day. So it'll just kind of be like trying to capture Barstool. Excited to do it. Place is a crazy place. We're up on like the roof with the satellite. It was in a big cloud. But big news, we've had that coming today. So that's also big stuff in Barstool world. Hopefully more of those announcements coming. Into the subjects for today. We already talked about this a little. This dad jumps in a fight at a high school and gets absolutely his ass kicked. I mean, absolutely his ass kicked. Jump, kick, bleeding, blood everywhere. I asked you, I guess it started because he thought his kid was getting jumped, or his kid was getting
His kid was
jumped.
getting jumped and everybody was jumping in, and then I think as he tried to save his kid, he ended up unintentionally hitting a girl. And then when the girl got hit, the animals went crazy.
I gotta be honest.
That's at least the vibe I'm getting.
Very
he might have just
suspect
slugged
that we
the girl.
don't get to see the video
I was
of the
gonna say,
guy. Because
yeah.
there's definitely a difference. Because if he hit the girl and he like was squared up with the girl,
Right.
then beat the shit out of him. But if it's one of those things where a girl is just like getting in the mix and she shouldn't be there, and
Which
there's
they always
haymakers
do.
everywhere,
They always do that.
you can't blame a guy for that.
What?
That was sad. That video
I
fucked
mean,
me
what's
up,
I couldn't
worse
watch
than
that
seeing
video.
your dad get beat up?
And not just, I mean, he got fucked up.
I
It looked
couldn't-
like,
I couldn't
he
watch
looked
it.
like Rocky too, like
He
old Rocky.
actually
looked like
did look
Rocky.
like-
It
I
was
thought it was
like
Sly Stallone.
it was like Balboa in Creed, where he's like dying, and then
can't-
they beat the shit out of him.
I might be a pussy, but I can't watch videos when like people are kicking like a guy in the face.
No, I don't
when
watch
he's down and their
It's
blood,
so
the blood
fucked
is
up. I
leaking
hate
out.
those videos.
Occasionally, some of them, I didn't like that one. It was more like the I'm trying to think what's worse than watching your dad get beat up.
Yeah, that's
No,
bad.
Dads
I can't.
can't get beat up. They're supposed to have dad power.
I know.
Like you're just supposed to start throwing people off like Donkey Kong. Sad
It
video.
needs to be like foreigners or white trash or something like that to watch one
or
of those
somebody
videos
who
and enjoy
deserve.
it.
Well, we
yeah,
don't know
or
what
deserve
happened.
it.
Yeah, I agree.
Without getting the deserve it moment. Like if he really punched a girl, then you'd be like, who cares if his dad gets
I
zesty?
agree. I agree.
It felt very, very
I didn't
wrong.
think that
the whole
was a
thing.
funny video at all, but it was like, ooh, I was more again that hypothetical, like what is worse than seeing your just dad get beat up?
No,
That's like
nothing.
crushing.
Nothing.
It's bad.
I feel like you
dad
never
get
come back
Maybe your mom getting beat up, just watching your mom get her ass kicked. That would be pretty rough.
by another woman.
No. Well, I mean, like if that was.
Well,
if
yeah,
he's-
if a dude beats you like the shit out of your mom, I'd say that's probably pretty bad.
That's what I'm saying.
No, that's bad. but
If you took the dad out and put the mom in the same situation, that would be worse.
no, but it's a little bit. Wait, what?
Like if you just took Stallone out of that video and put a mom in, that would be
I
worse.
actually don't think it's worse.
But I know what
long-term.
you're saying, like the psychological.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you
your
grow up
dad-
and
your
your dad's the
strong-
hero,
yeah,
and
your
yeah,
mom,
he's the
everyone
strongest
knows it's
guy
like
you
this
know,
guy's
right.
just a criminal. He's gonna be in jail. A
Right.
dad should win. Your dad should. I never thought my dad could because you've seen my dad, but like he may verbally beat you up.
But he
like
also-
I'd be sad if someone verbally beat my dad.
Right,
up.
but also like Mike Portnoy Esquire, he wouldn't ever get in a fight that he like would get beat up because he would know that he
Right.
was going to win if he got into it.
He'd do verbal
Right.
spars. Quick side note. What's that?
This is from 54club.com. Use the promo code KFC to get 40% off.
Speaking of another callback,
Well played.
someone helped us out on Twitter. It's Wanksta. Kevin's a Wanksta.
You're a
No,
wankster.
Yeah.
no, I'm not.
Not a
You're a
wigger?
wankster.
No,
What's
I'm
a
not.
wankster?
A wankster is like a fake gangster, but what you're saying is a
Yeah,
white
you're
person who
kind of
acts
a
black.
wankster.
Well,
I don't
am.
think you're a
but
fake-
his point is
I
that
don't- yeah, I don't think
I'm
you're
a
a
white
fake
person who acts
gangster.
black. That's
Yeah.
a wigger.
Right.
We're saying you could use Wanksta instead if you. If
I
you
don't hate
feel-
Wanksta.
Those are two different things. though.
Watch those. Speaking of wanksters and wiggers, watch out for like Smitty back in the day. Not Smitty, Riggs stealing your shoes.
Oh yeah.
Apparently
like-
that's his move, huh?
stealing everything.
And I mean literally, like there was a part when
He's
I
even
grew-
gaining weight like me.
there was a part when I grew up and I had Jordans like that. You always had to be worried that you get mugged and someone would take them. Like Riggs may.
He
like,
might.
Riggs
He might literally
knock
take
you out.
that pair
Yeah.
off my feet.
Yes.
Yep.
This is probably be a quick story, but we have to talk about Michelle Obama because you can't just lie like this. She said she felt before the election was over.
That's a lie.
She didn't watch the election.
You can lie like that if you're in Obama right now because.
Who cares?
Well, first of all they're going out. Trump, who's like hated by more than half the country, is coming in. They can do anything wrong. They can't do anything wrong.
The
It
only
just
reason
seems like
I
a
believe
weird
a
thing.
They say
shred
whatever
of
they
this, there are times where I will like turn off a Mets or Jets game when I know where it's going.
When you know there's impending doom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the Mets bullpen's coming in, and I'm just not gonna watch it because I don't want to be upset tonight.
Okay, maybe. I mean, she went further. She's like, I'm not into political talk. That's
Yeah,
a little.
that was
Like your whole
crazy.
life,
But my
babe.
point is, she knows that she can say whatever she wants right now because everyone's like, "We miss the Obamas."
I mean, and she's going to be president.
President, yeah, she'll run
So
next, yeah.
I wonder if she'll stay up for that. This hockey clip, wanted to put it in. It's a girl hockey game, girl check, but the announcer with one of the all-time calls.
Here comes Alexa looking for the puck. Laser it! She's dead. She is dead. Teammates coming to check in on her, but it doesn't matter. She is dead.
Just, she's dead. She's dead. They're like, her teammates are coming over. No, she's dead. Big Cat, what do you got?
It was this kid. I mean, I'm assuming this is what like a middle schooler doing the announcement. But
Yeah.
that's his moment. That's up there with like, do you believe in miracles?
Yeah.
Because he was so serious, he flipped so fast, and he just like, yep, she's dead.
And he tripled down on
Yeah.
it. There was no moment of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. He
No.
said it two
No.
times, three times.
He was sure of himself.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, he really thought she was dead.
Yeah.
You need that. I would prefer all announcers to do that kind of shit.
Me too.
Be
It's-
real.
yeah.
That's what we're thinking.
And that will live on. I don't know if it's going to live on. I haven't seen it in enough places, but like the boom goes the diamond, all that weird stuff. That was an electric call, so shout out to that kid. I actually wouldn't mind him, like,
Sitting at
getting
the
in
desk,
contact
the weird
with him.
desk.
Oh, with Ebony and
Yeah, I like maybe he can recall something for us, like
That's-
we can highlights without rights.
he would be the official
Barstool
announcer
Sports.
of Highlights Without
Yeah.
Rights.
Just a 5-second clip, and you can get a job.
Yeah, like and or at least we can have some.
He'd be like 14
She
years old.
said, "Boom, hired."
You just put him in the pen.
Put him in that desk.
Put him in the
All
pen,
the misfits.
and then when
the
there's
Island
a
of
big
Misfit
hit
Toys.
for highlights without rights, he can just be
She's
he's
dead.
or
That's all.
whatever.
So wait, that's his only thing is just to say he or she is dead.
Anytime
That's
there's a lot of big hits
Hits,
in
yeah.
sports. So
You need-
anytime
you
there's
need
a big
hit guy.
What does the ESPN thing do? When
The
the
jacked
big
up?
hit, jacked up.
she's dead.
So I
She's
think
dead.
sometimes people think you're joking, but like you actually are serious. Your life is just like cartoon. You see in cartoons. I've always said that. You actually do want to just hire like
Yes.
everyone for.
If you could hire that guy on the
For,
spot
like,
right now
4
without
seconds.
knowing how old he is or any of that, would you do it?
Listen. You wouldn't have the producer on Part of My Take if I didn't have my.
And walked by,
as
and
he walked
he
in,
got his brain.
That's
and
what it is. It's
No,
like
but he
that
actually
was by
did
the,
something.
What do they call that?
He
Serendipity?
did something.
Is that
No, he
serendipity?
did something.
Yeah.
He actually did. We made him. Gaz put him to work the first day as the producer of the first Bro Show.
Yeah, he showed up without cameras.
Yeah.
But
And he didn't like press record,
you
right?
never know. You get out of that pen of life, and he's a perfect example of it. So that was serendipity. For all you kids at home, you can look that up. That means, but I'll give you. It means when something perfect happens. Bad Santa story. So some kid, and again, it was kind of a slow day, but there's stories that there was just the perfect part to it that made it. So this bad Santa is, the kid goes on the kid's lap at Santa, and at the end of it, he goes, maybe you should lay off the fries and hamburgers. By itself, we don't get the story. The picture of the kid, you guys see the picture of the kid? He said this too. Automatic story. And by the way, I'm not one of you like crazy Catholic motherfuckers who go sit on Santa's knees and all that shit.
That doesn't have anything to do with Catholic.
Well, whatever,
that's
dude.
separate.
Well,
You put up a Christmas tree and you're a Jew.
Who does?
You.
No, I don't. I've never done that. It's put up, but I don't put it up.
Oh, that is a
what a
Trump
loophole that
retweet
is,
right
yeah.
there.
What a
I
Jew
didn't
loophole
tweet it.
that is.
I
That is
didn't
a
tweet it.
Jew-
I
that's
just
a
put the
Jew
retweet.
This kid looked awfully old to be sitting on Santa's lap. That's all I was going to say.
He did.
We'll go
That
to
guy-
you. You're the
that guy
resident like
need-
Santa dick sucker.
That. Hey, everybody should suck Santa's dick.
No,
you don't do it?
the fuck sucking Santa's dick. You don't suck Santa's
You
dick.
Jews just are so salty. By the way,
I'm not salty. This is your
Hanukkah,
story.
Did you see that-
I just
did
threw
you
you a
see-
layup.
Hanukkah
Did you see
is
that?
going to get its ass
Did you
kicked.
see
Because of
that?
Christmas.
It falls right on Christmas. No one's going to give
I
up.
love it.
Who
Fuck
cares
about
about
your
Hanukkah
Minnesota
either? Did you
toe-to-toe.
see the Santa
do.
at the Bulls
Eight
game?
crazy nights.
I find it. He on Monday night. It was just a Santa looked miserable, and he like pulls back his beard to like chug a beer. It's like Santas don't want to be Santa right now.
What do you have on this kid?
He's a little too old, and he probably should be laying off the burgers and fries. So I'm with Santa
If you
on this
hurt
one.
his lap, he's allowed to say that.
Yeah, that's a little too much.
It may be a little bit too old, too. Mannequin challenge here. So in Alabama, they did a mannequin challenge with like guns and shit, real guns. Cops research it. They arrest, I think, 4 or 5 of these people. It's an interesting theory. I live, like you said, I live in a cartoon world. To a degree,
You want to hire all these guys?
no, I don't want to hire them. I don't want guys with guns. Guns make me nervous. I will say, I think what you post on social media should somehow be in a bubble where you can't it's off limits.
You know when in law movies when they're like strike that from the record,
like
that should be all-
international waters.
Yes.
They should be allowed. They're gangsters.
I don't totally agree with that. I don't think anything you post on social media, I think if it's a viral trend that you're trying to get into, then you are...
Okay, I agree with that. Like the mannequin chat, like we did
Right.
it here. It was viral. We did
Right.
it to try to mimic what we do. We're bloggers. They're gangsters.
Right.
What?
They're
they
wanksters.
can't do
Also,
them.
they-
They're
I mean-
not, no, I think they're gangsters.
They're gangsters.
You can't. Well, I don't know. I bet
Well,
you real
except the
gangsters
ones-
would say
the-
only a wankster would do the mannequin
Well,
challenge with their guns
and also,
get caught and go to jail.
you said like 4 or 5. If the ones that didn't get arrested, those are wanksters. If they
Right.
don't have a rap sheet.
But they showed up at their house and they had like body armor.
it was a
and,
cool mannequin challenge. by the
Yeah.
way. Like you,
Yeah, but it's
mannequin
too late.
challenge played out. No, it's not. Not if
yeah.
you do that.
Now,
Why? Because
what-
it's so over the top? Or
Yeah.
We're
because it's-
talking about it.
Yeah.
It's on the rundown.
Right.
And we pick what we think are the 5 to 7 most viral
Right.
topics. We're talking about these motherfuckers.
I would have loved though to be at the creative meeting for this mannequin challenge.
Well, and I'll tell you who won
How
that
that
meeting. The
kinda
dude
went
who
down.
was like under the
Yeah.
hood of the trunk of the car. That was the best pose by far.
Absolute upset. I feel like I haven't heard of many of these mannequin gun challenges, but in situations like this, I feel like somebody always gets one stray bullet.
yeah.
Like everyone's holding like.
yeah, because you try to hold your breath and
Yeah,
you just
yeah, right.
sneeze or something. Yeah.
That's usually what leads to the downfall. But if no one got shot and you're just doing the viral trend and this is your business, I think that's fair game.
Also, they put at the beginning, caution, this may offend some
Yeah,
people.
they let you know.
I mean, if you do
It
that,
was a
that's
no-
like,
Yeah,
that's
no
a
offense.
yeah.
No offense.
That's like Bill
That holds up.
Parcells.
Yeah, that holds up.
The
in court.
judge- Big brain.
On Pearl Harbor Day, the Bill
jabs come up.
Parcells, yeah, no offense, but that's a jab.
That, you know,
Serendipity.
that is serendipity.
That's
Serendipity. For all you kids at
We're
home.
having a fucking serendipity blog rundown. Couple baseball stories. I've been on the record saying I think
This is
Ortiz
going to be a tough
coming
one,
back.
Davey. What you say in the next 3 minutes is going to be very
I
important.
think he's coming back.
Okay.
And he tweeted. So the story is on Instagram. We got Sale, and then he basically put a couple of question mark emojis like "want to come back" or something to that effect. With I've said from the beginning, I think he's coming back.
So, I agree with you. Are you gonna rip him like you would rip anyone else who does this move?
Yeah. Oh, I
No,
won't
you
rip him.
won't.
But
That's the problem here. You would rip if anyone else did
I won't
this.
suck his dick. I've ripped
you
him
would
before.
rip the shit out of him.
I've ripped
the
him before.
retire, unretire.
I hate it.
after
Do the
all
farewell tour and
I
then
hate
come
it.
back.
all the farewell tour,
I hate
after
it.
all the tears.
I hate it.
After everyone saying how much he meant, and then he comes back.
I hate it.
It
You
ruins
would,
it.
will you write a blog that says "fuck David Ortiz"? Because that's what you would say about anybody else.
You
doing this.
absolutely
No, I will
would
not.
say. If Derek Jeter did this, you would write a
Absolutely,
fuck
I
Derek
kill
Jeter
him.
Cheater.
in a
I'm not
second.
denying that.
So
not
you're,
denying
so
it.
you're admitting that
I
you're just going
hate
to be a
this
homer.
move.
on
I
this
don't
one.
think you should. I think he boxed himself in by doing it.
He
I
did.
think he's coming back
He shouldn't have-
anyway. I
this
hate
is
when
why
they do that.
this is why farewell tours are the worst idea ever.
Worst.
Because you have to just wait. You have to give
see.
yourself a minute. No, don't fuck like Earl Thomas retiring 2 seconds after he got injured in the middle of a game.
Agreed.
Like maybe give yourself a second to talk to
Agreed.
your family and decide if it's a good move.
Agreed. I mean, and
I thought he would definitely. I didn't
I
think
think
he
the
was going to retire.
steroid
You know who
thing,
did it?
I thought he was a fraud
By the way,
with
you
the
know who
steroid
did it
thing.
correctly? Peyton Manning. He actually did. He gave it a week, gave it 2 weeks. He didn't say it at the Super Bowl. He could have
but
easily,
everybody knew.
He could have easily said it at the Super Bowl and been like, "This is it. This is my
The
last one."
only, the only thing I'd say different of that is he was so awful.
I understand, but I'm just saying, like, that's how you do it. You give yourself a couple weeks because he could have made the Super Bowl. He could have said it in like the post game.
Yeah.
That's it. It's over.
The
It's
problem
for
with
me.
Poppy is that they say he can't even like walk. Do you
But
believe all
I mean,
that?
no,
Because
like,
that's what I said. I'm like, what do you mean? He's bashing fucking 40
Yeah.
What's your
runs right
prediction,
now.
though? Is he going to come back from spring training, or do you think he's going to come back halfway through the year?
Oh, I would not.
Halfway,
yeah,
maybe?
He's
I
not
think
coming.
it's
He's not
halfway.
doing spring training yet.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it'll
not,
be-
like, it's not like football training camp,
Right.
but you don't want to hang
I
out.
had something else I was going to say about Ortiz.
Although, no, actually,
That's the
baseball
fun
spring
time.
training is the best.
Yeah.
They go and they take a couple at bats and they go play golf.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, the Ortiz, you know, the other thing about Ortiz, he does this, and this is just a pet peeve of mine that has nothing to do with anything. He does this, like, the biggest boondoggle of all time. He does this, like, Puerto Rico, like, golf challenge, and actually, maybe it's in the Dominican. Probably in the Dominican. He invites everybody. And I never get invited. And all they do is ask for free press. And it drives me nuts. It's like, invite me to what looks like the greatest party of the world. You have all these fucking no-names. Like, who is that fucking Boston comedian that literally doesn't do anything? He's like the old guy. Hey, Feidelberg, who's the Boston comedian who's like, with the white hair? The old guy.
Jerry Thorne.
Lenny Clark. Like, Lenny Clark is going to this thing? Come on.
I'm
I don't
gonna,
even know who that is.
If David Ortiz does come back, though, that will be the most electric, like, walk up the steps
Comes out.
moment
That'd be
ever.
incredible.
And it's one of those things, what we're talking about. If I get it. If I hated the Red Sox, didn't like the Red Sox, I'd kill them. But if you're a Red Sox fan, obviously you want it back.
No, you have to. You obviously want him back. But
And
I just
then-
think the unretire move always sucks.
hate it. It's the
Brett
worst.
Favre's the worst.
It's the worst. And then you had a big signing. If you want to chime
Trade,
in.
Wade Davis.
Trade.
Wade Davis for Jorge Soler straight up.
So you're happy with that?
Yeah, I mean, that's our new
Well,
closer. Chapman, we were going to pay. Chapman's going to get
Chapman-
like $100 million.
If he's going to get 100 over 6, and that's going to be
insane.
absolutely ridiculous. To give
Insane.
that to any reliever is fucking
Insane.
nuts.
But Wade Davis, when healthy, is the best reliever and best closer in baseball. His ERA is like, actually, there was a ERA. It shows how good Clayton Kershaw is. It was the best ERA last 100 innings in baseball, and it was like 5 relievers and then Clayton Kershaw, and that's how nasty he is. Yeah.
All right, so that's everything we got. Post show, the only thing, I assume you guys saw the drum clip of half
Yeah,
our
you didn't get
office.
invited again.
Oh, wow, man. Wait a second, man.
I did not get.
That was Cool Club 2.0.
Yeah.
No, that was
the-
actually the anti.
It's a new franchise,
Although
the
in K
Excluders.
Marco's like Belgium, he was at.
played
Yeah,
between
yeah. The
Switzerland.
Excluders, new franchise.
Yeah, I actually don't hate that.
It was actually, I think,
Connor,
PFT's idea.
Connor from Zero Block 30 claims I was invited. I wouldn't have gone anyways. I would have liked to be invited.
just like to bitch
I
about
just
it.
like to be invited.
Yeah, you like to bitch
Shout
about
out to Chaps on that dab on the ice. One of the best dabs I've ever seen. The ice dab. Did you guys watch the drum clip?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Who did you think won that? Feidelberg was electric. Chaps was pretty fucking good too.
Fights was really, there was passion in fights. Air
Office Brett looked like he had some sort of chromosome missing. No, seriously. It was one of the worst like drum solos I've ever seen.
The
And
problem was they didn't match the drum solo up. Like, I feel like the drum solo didn't start when they were going crazy. I'm not gonna get
We're getting real nitpicky here.
But I mean, if we're gonna grade a drum solo, you asked me to my grade.
I actually like that gimmick.
Yeah, I do. Too.
I think it's great.
I've never seen that
Well,
gimmick.
I was
Very
actually
funny.
thinking we need a cam for the office. That's something.
Yeah.
The drum solo, not bad.
So you're not mad that you got not invited again?
No, you know what I was really more mad about, and that you want to know, is like I saw it this morning, and it wasn't on our social media. It was mad at our social media guys, because it's like the Devils were like begging for some retweets, and we weren't giving them anything, and half our team was doing like drum solos, chaps fucking dabbing on the ice. We were in the locker room with them, so it would have been nice, but that's just big brain stuff. Again, the Barstool Radio, that's the big news of the day. That's launching January 3rd, every 2 hours. After Covino and Rich, Rush 93, Sirius. So that's more going to be listening to the Cars type deal. Anything else?
I thought you had one other thing. Remember
You did. You had
No,
it. No, you had it, and then you didn't want to say
I
it.
don't remember it.
You know, and
It
then
was
you were.
Pat Hill, I think.
You already said it.
Yeah, I already said it.
That was the Pat Hill, the thing that you remembered, and
Yeah, it's Pat Hill.
I wouldn't mind trying to.
Are you nervous about Barstool Radio? 2 hours every day is.
I'm
a lot of
excited.
thought has to be given
Yeah,
to it.
which is not your.
Not a thought.
As
guy.
big
No,
as your
you're not
brain
a
is, you don't do
Not a
thoughts.
thought
No.
guy. Not a
It's
thought
very.
guy.
It's a paradox.
I was gonna say I'm excited for Barstool Radio, especially like January 6th when you
When
walk
you're
in, you're
doing
like,
it.
"Hey, Big Cat, I can't do it today. Can you just hop in there for 2
That,
hours?"
that,
Yeah, oh
that'll
yeah, no, I
happen.
know, we
That's
know.
gonna happen every.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, so it's not called the Dave Portnoy Show. It's called Barstool Radio. So it will be the office, and that will for
A lot of
sure
thoughts.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot
So
of thoughts.
who has like people have to go sign up for Sirius?
Yes.
Okay.
If you don't have it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know how.
honestly, I feel like only. Well, I'm not
Go
going to
sign
tell.
up for Sirius.
I'm not going to tell Sirius how to do their business, but I listen to Sirius in the car, and I feel like if you don't have Sirius in the car, then you're an idiot because it's like installed now in almost every new car. So it's really driving around. I don't know how many people listen to it like sitting around. I
Take
think
your lunch break with Barstool Radio.
lunch. Yeah,
Perfect.
Barstool
Lunch
Lunch
with
Radio.
Dave.
So,
Yeah.
they got mad right off the bat, by the way.
Oh, why?
We got a little little controversy.
Ooh.
Because I went in on Goodell. They're like, well, we're partners with the NFL. I was like, fuck this guy. It's like, what are you
Well,
gonna do?
you have
Well,
to kind of know
that's-
what you're signing up for, no?
That yeah. I would
You
say if
can't
there's
hire-
one sticking point with us, if someone was like, "Hey, Dave, you can't bash Goodell," you'd be out in a second.
That's the
Yeah.
problem.
That's honestly like number one
Yeah,
on the
that
list.
really is.
Well, the whole thing would crumble. It's like that's how, everyone's like, oh, you've sold out, you've changed. And they stop bashing Goodell. Game over.
Yeah.
So.
Spelling things wrong.
Yeah.
That's the same.
Sirius XM.
The day we
We're not
stop
gonna do
bashing
that.
Goodell is the day that you know we sold out.
Yeah,
That's
and
fair.
hopefully that never ends unless he apologizes or does something so drastic to Brady, like kisses his feet or something.
We have his office number, by the way.
I think I do too.
Yeah,
Did
we call it.
someone
We're
just-
gonna start prank calling.
Did
him.
someone just like send
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Like, was that really it?
Yeah. It's his office. His secretary picks up.
Okay, good to
So
know.
we'll start.
We'll see how
we're gonna
long
start
that,
prank calling
that
him.
number lasts for.
Yeah, I was
Interesting.
going to say it's probably already down now.
You should just call it every morning.
Yeah. All right, that's the rundown.